Have you ever seen a hardcore atheist converted by science? Well, this is Fred Hoyle. He was a British astrophysicist and astronomer, and he had a few interesting things to say during his hardcore phase. Let's take a look at them. Here's some quotes. Religion is a desperate attempt to find an escape from the truly dreadful situation in which we find ourselves. But wait, there's more. No wonder then that many people feel the need for some belief that gives them a sense of security. And no wonder that they become very angry with people like me who say that this is illusory. Well, what did Fred do during his day job when he was an astrophysicist? He was very concerned with figuring out how stars could produce carbon. Carbon is really important for life, and we can't even imagine how life could exist in the universe anywhere without it. At that time, people had no idea how it could be done inside stars. Fred came up with this kooky idea that carbon would form a very special excited state that would allow it to be produced by stars and also for higher order elements to be produced after that. This state could only occur if lots of things in the universe lined up just right. In other words, only if fine tuning could exist. So Fred thought this was a decent idea because there was a lot of carbon in the universe, so something must be producing it. So he convinced his colleagues at Caltech to look for this thing. They thought it was a little bit kooky at first, but their experiments showed that it actually existed. And so this Hoyle state, as it's now known, is still being studied by scientists. We try to figure out how it is produced. But one thing that we do know is that life without it would almost be impossible. So, did this have an effect on Fred's hardcore atheistic beliefs? Well, in fact, it did. Here's an interesting quote from him after this happened. A common sense interpretation of the facts suggests that a super intellect has monkeyed with physics, as well as with chemistry and biology, and that there are no blind forces worth speaking about in nature. So, could he have just been talking about an alien intelligence? Well, remember, whatever this thing was, it was super smart because it was able to tune for this carbon state, the Hoyle state. The other thing about this, whatever it is not only was it smart, but it was also something that played with the laws of physics throughout the entire universe. Sounds like it's omniscient and sounds like it's omnipotent. So, what do you think? Did Hoyle believe in a God or not? I'd love to hear your comments down below. Thanks.